Hello children, it's Mr Tharia here from Elmbridge Primary School. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to do an assembly today based on something we're going to remember that happened 75 years ago this coming Friday. And it's something called VE Day. Can you think about what VE stands for? Well done for those of you who guessed it correctly. It actually stands for Victory in Europe Day. There's the VE, Victory in Europe Day. And it was the clue about what Victory in Europe Day is about is this picture of a soldier. And it happened 75 years ago, as I said, in 1945, when World War II came to an end. And I'll just tell you a little bit about the Second World War on this slide. The Second World War, it was called World War because it involved lots and lots of countries around the world. And Britain was fighting against Germany, Japan and Italy. There were other countries that were supporting us as well, called the Allies. But as a result of this World War II, which started in September 1939, there was lots and lots of damage to buildings, there was lots of loss of life, lots of people got killed. I think over 40,000 people just got killed in the German bombings from the airplanes, but also 384,000 soldiers lost their lives during this horrendous World War that happened, as I say, starting in 1939 and lasted for 6 years. And there was lots of damage to the country and other countries involved as well. And there was something called rationing, where food was in short supply, so they couldn't really have eggs, for instance. They had to have ration 1 egg per person per week, or they would use an egg substitute for an example, and it wasn't very nice. So rationing actually carried on for many years after the World War ended in 1945, when it went on to 1954, in fact. So things were very, very hard, things are very, very tough. And there's an example of a building in Germany which was bombed. So it wasn't just our country, but other countries where lots of ruin, lots of damage to buildings and loss of life was prevalent everywhere. So it was a very, very sad, hard time for everybody. The reason why it was such a significant day on VE Day was because there was a surrender from the German army to say, we surrender, fighting in Europe. I think VJ Day was the 15th of August, where the fighting eventually stopped in Japan as well. But VE Day is when the main fighting stopped and Germany surrendered. And it was a huge, huge relief and huge cause for celebration. So what happened there was Winston Churchill gave a very famous speech on the 8th of May, which I will just play for you. I've got a video of that particular footage, so I will just play it for you so you can hear. So this was Winston Churchill, who was our Prime Minister of Britain at the time in 1945.
Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied expeditionary forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command. Hostilities will end officially at 1 minute after midnight tonight, Tuesday, the 8th of May. But in the interest of saving lives, the ceasefire began yesterday to be sounded along all the fronts. The German war is therefore at an end. We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing. Today is Victory in Europe Day.
This was the moment we'd all been waiting for.
Okay, so I'm just going to come out of that screen so I can go back to my PowerPoint. So that was Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of Britain at the time, and he recognised that we could celebrate and really there were lots of street parties on the street, and this bunting here, these flags were all around saying what a fantastic victory the Britain have succeeded in this long war, and it was a really fantastic time and really important. But he did say, just go to my next slide. This is a picture of Churchill with King George VI and Queen Elizabeth at the time, and these two people are the princesses. This is Princess Margaret, and I wonder if you know who this is. This was actually Princess Elizabeth, who is now our current Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, and she was 19 at the time, and a really important picture there because lots and lots of people, I think over 50,000 people, came out to watch this huge celebration and to recognise that the war in Europe was over. So it was a really big, important day. And a couple of other slides to show you. During the celebrations, Churchill reminded people that there were still problems to be faced when he said, "We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing, but let us not forget for a moment the toil and efforts that lie ahead." So there was a lot of hard work, a lot of hardship at the time. And I want to end this assembly by saying, at the moment it's quite a hard time, isn't it? Because we're not all at school, and there's lockdown, which means we can't always go out and see our friends and our extended family and things like that. But there will be a time where this will come to an end, and we've got to be resilient, which is, in hardship, we've got to be very strong-minded, always be very positive. And I've done assemblies about resilience before, so it's about just having that positive outlook and knowing that soon things will get better and we will get through this. So a bit like in 1939, when that World War II started, that war started, there was lots of hardship. There was lots of things that Britain had to come to terms with and face. But in the end, there was victory. And that's what Friday is all about. Remembering that victory, that celebration, getting all the flags out, having street parties to recognise that. Now, obviously, we can't do that during a lockdown, but it's just to let you know what happened in 75 years ago during that VE Day when World War II ended. So I want to end by saying, have a really good rest of your week. Stay safe, and I will see you soon back at school when we return. Not sure when, and I'm not sure how yet, but as soon as I know, I'll let you all know. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye.